Thank you, Carl. Let's go to the press box. We've got some questions. Go ahead for either Carl or Jimmie.
Question for Carl Edwards, Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Ranchport Press Agency. Carl,
I knew who you were. I knew who it was.
Pun?
I knew who it was. That's okay.
What?
Go ahead, Wolfgang.
Thanks for the compliment. You just said that you had a better car than ever before. Did you ever have significant changes together with your crew for this race, or just this speed with your driving style?
There was nothing significant specifically for this race, but I feel that this race suits my driving style, very well. I really enjoy this racetrack. I mean, when Jimmie and Casey and I were racing, 2 and 3 wide for the lead there for a few laps. There was one point where I was laughing going down the front straightaway. I mean, it was just fun, And that's what racing's about, is having some fun. And I feel like this racetrack really lends itself to that style of racing. So I enjoy it, and it was a good coincidence. My crew and my car were on their game tonight as well.
We'll stay upstairs. Go ahead. Another question.
Jay Pennell with front stretch and all left turns. Could you guys touch on the restarts? It seemed like nearly every restart somebody was diving under somebody else, 3 wide, right at the front of the pack.
For me, one time I went 3 wide a few times on the inside lane, and didn't understand really what was going on and why I had that great run. And then when I started on the pole position, or I guess I was second, and the leader took the outside, it was a 14, and he just struggled with restarts all night. I got a good restart, and I was going to beat him to the start-finish line, and I couldn't. So I had to let off, and when I let off, guys went blowing up the inside of me. So this track in general is really tough to get a good restart. The asphalt is so old. Sticker tires are easier to accelerate correctly, but when you have even one-lap scuffs, it is, you feel like you're in a dragster just trying to hook the tires up. And that's where you saw a lot of guys shuffling around and trying to pass each other when somebody made a mistake.
Yeah, and I don't know the rule. I don't know if any of us really know. If a guy spins his tire, if the leader spins the tires and you're beating him, is that okay to beat him, by 3 feet or not? So I was in the same boat as Jimmie. There's one time where I lifted, and then I think it was you or somebody else went blowing by me. I was like, well, damn, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But we'll have to clarify that, I guess.
Stay upstairs. Go ahead. Another question.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. For Jimmie Johnson, if you can talk about the cramp that you had during that one stretch. And for Carl, can you kind of talk about what happened with your conversation with Tony in Victory Lane?
Did you go to Victory Lane? Yeah. Okay, I was like, I don't think I went over there yet. No, I just when we were all running 3 wide, I guess I was pushing on the gas pedal a little too hard. I got a cramp in my hamstring. It's like when you go to the go-kart track and you're wide open, but you feel like if you push the pedal harder, it will make a difference and make it go faster. And I was trying to stuff it through the firewall of the race car and got a cramp and was joking with Chad about it. So that was about it.
And I just told Tony, good job. His car was amazing. He did a really good job of driving it. The place where he was driving on the racetrack, I couldn't run there. So I was just letting him know that I thought he did a real good job.
I think we have another one upstairs. Go ahead. We're clear. Let's come back downstairs. Jim Utter had a question, and we'll go to the back row. WSB, go ahead.
Jim Uttershaw, Observer. For both Carl and Jimmie, just your thoughts on next week. I think they said 10 of the 12 people are locked in, including both of you. I don't know if that's ever had that many going in the 26th race since the chase started. How do you expect that race to play out in each of your respective teams as far as what you guys are looking for?
Yeah, we'll just go for it. I think I can speak for Jimmie. But we'll probably just go there and go for the win, and we don't have too much to be concerned about other than that particular race. So for me, it'll just be a fun race.
Yeah, the same. We really sucked there in the spring, so we're hoping to run better when we go back.
Go ahead, back row. Go ahead.
And this question is just for either of you. Doug Turnbull, WSBRadio.com. Dale Jr. made an interesting comment on the radio during the race about, and it seems to be true, that a lot of everybody, or almost everybody that runs a race toward the end of the night feels like they have struggled for most of the day, maybe more so than at other tracks. And he made a comment sort of jokingly that hey, NASCAR should just let everybody come out here and have a one-day test because most people run poorly, even though they like the track. What are your thoughts on that, even though he was kind of joking?
I don't want to do any more testing. But he's right that like there'll be times when you're in the race car here and the crew chief would get all excited like, oh, that was a great lap, and you're like, man, this thing is driving terribly. So I don't think that the guy that wins this race even has a car that drives great. It's a very difficult racetrack, but I don't know if testing will make it easier. I don't think so. It's just got a lot of character, and that's why I think all of us like racing here so much.
Other questions downstairs? Dustin has another one. Go ahead, Dustin.
For either or both of you guys, some people are going to start listing you guys maybe as favorites for the chase, especially you, Carl, scoring all the points. Jimmie, they'll say, hey, maybe starting to make a comeback from the performances lately. But, based on what we saw tonight, we saw some guys have problems that had run well. Does any of this momentum matter? I mean, Carl, in what way does it matter that you've scored more points than anybody the last 12 races? Because at 10 races it resets. Jimmie, what does it matter what you've done or what you can do?
I used to say it didn't matter. I used to never believe in momentum, but I think for us, I've never run so poorly for so long. You know what I mean? And now I'm seeing this turnaround, and it's been a couple months, and I think I understand the team more, and I understand where we've been gaining, and so for that reason, I believe in this momentum that we have, and I believe it will apply to the future races. Now, you can't do anything about a cut tire or a broken valve spring or something like that, but at least we've proven to ourselves the last couple months that we can do it, and and that feels good for us.
Yeah, I kind of we all look for things to encourage our team and to give to cheer guys up and get them rallied around something, and if it's scoring the most points, if it's hopefully starting the chase with more points because of the race wins we've had during the year, whatever it is, you're trying to find something to build your team around and send them off into the chase like warriors ready to go and charged up for whatever is out there for them. So we all find those things and try to build the team around it and go from there. But tonight, what I saw, even though we had really good cars, the 29 had some problems. Then I saw the 2 in with damage come back up and get a good finish. And the 14 was strong. You look around, 11 was strong. We're going to have a really exciting chase. There's a lot of teams coming together right now, and I think the 12 drivers in the chase and the 12, the organizations represented in the chase are all pretty strong. I still think we're trying to catch up a little bit. Some guys might be a little further ahead. We all have our complaints here and there, but I think you're going to have a really good chase. Sometimes, you'll see a guy or two. We've seen some clear favorites, in my opinion, over the years. But this year, it's just been maybe it's because it's been more unpredictable than what we've seen in the past, and guys have been on streaks, and then when they're off, they're cold and nothing's going on, and it's just been a different thing. It's been real tough to understand who is a clear favorite. I would say outside of the 29, because it didn't matter the track or where or what we were doing this year. He's always been up front and running well, and the rest of us have been kind of playing catch up.
Any more questions for Carl or Jimmie? Okay, guys, great show tonight, and good luck next weekend at Richmond.
Thanks.
Thank
guys.
you.